Hi guys, it's Jen again doing an album share. This is actually my second volume of 2015, and for some reason I thought I had done this and I hadn't, so if I find it later I guess I have two of them. But anyways, this is a pretty big album. I'm going to try to run through it fairly quickly. So this is starting, let me double check here, in March. So I'll link below to album 1 and to album 3, which I posted on Monday. And so that you can sort of see the progression of the album. I think I'm going to redistribute. This one's really fat. Volume 1's a little bit thinner. Volume 3's a little bit thinner. So I think I will redistribute. And so this one isn't quite so big because it doesn't really close properly. So I'm starting this one with 12 by 12 layout. This is a layout that I did for a design team that I used to be on. And just a picture of my kids with their cousin when they were here to visit. Probably for Easter would be my guess. And then here's another layout that I did of some stuff that we did one weekend. Yeah, it's pretty stuff. So here is one Project Life layout. I don't know why I'm having trouble with my words, sorry. So as I said in the previous videos, during 2015 I did one 12 by 12 spread per week. So that's what you will see here. This I believe was a kit from very first Project Life kit from the Hip Kit Club, which I really liked quite a lot, the design of this one. And let's see, the kids were in a basketball camp. I think it was spring break if they were in that camp. We went for, my husband went for a hike, we went for a walk, new find walk that we love and we still go on all the time. St. Patrick's Day, I made green eggs, and my husband had gone out for a client meeting and got these like loaded poutine. It's insane. We also went out for dinner, so I had grabbed the logo from the restaurant and just wrote it in, and I noticed it's actually quite hard to read. I should have probably done it in black. I guess I was trying to do gold because of St. Patrick's Day, but it's really hard to read. It was, as I said, it was spring break, the second week of spring break, so kids went swimming and they had gymnastics camp. I had done a big cleanup of my scrapbooking area, and then I ended up reordering the whole thing, which is actually in album 3. I kept trying with the layout that I had originally set up down here and it just wasn't working. So here's a layout that I did. I love this layout. This beautiful photo that my husband took, and I have watercolored the background to match the colors in the photo. I love this layout. I think it's really pretty. Just a fun one to look at. And then this was a nice walk that we did, and it was really sunny and beautiful, which it doesn't always like that in the spring here. It can be quite rainy. So here we're moving into the end of March, and my niece was born. This is my niece number 2 for my brother. I was on my way there to help take care of their 2-year-old, and my flight got canceled at night, so I missed. She was born and I was stuck in Vancouver, and then I arrived the next day and got to see her. While I was away, my son had done this project of drawing out the heart and labeling it, so I took a picture of it and then shrunk it so that I could put it in here. It's a picture of my first niece meeting her baby sister, walk that my husband did, and a science project that my husband did while I was away helping out with a new baby. And my son got a medal at gymnastics. Whoops, going too far. Some more pictures from my trip when I was away of their new family and me holding the baby, and a restaurant there that I really miss. They live where we used to live 4.5 years ago, and this particular restaurant I miss quite a lot. Some flowers that were up, another hike that my husband went on with his brother, and then it was Easter time here, and it says see layouts for fun. And then a project, where's the Easter layouts? I'll have to find them because I know I did an Easter layout and it's in the wrong, this is maybe in the wrong order. We're going to find out together because I totally didn't look. So this is the National Scrapbooking Day layout that I did. Victoria from the Victoria Marie Facebook group had posted a picture of her in one of her t-shirts, so I happened to have 3. So for the 3 days of that week, or the weekend, I took a picture of me each day wearing one of my scrapbook t-shirts and I did a layout. I like this layout, it's cool. All the circles and stuff. And then I did this pretty layout of a butterfly that I captured on one of my petunias in my backyard. You can see all this yellow? That's how dead my lawn was. We live on the west coast of BC, but it's been so dry here in the summers that we're at drought level 4, which is really high, like really high. So our lawn was totally dead because we weren't allowed to water. So only allowed to water little flower boxes and stuff. And again, there is no Easter layout here, so we'll have to find that. This is April 7th, that's April 6th, yeah, they're in here somewhere. Again, just us out at the beach, scrapbook or a frappuccino, sitting out in the sun, talking about being home for the weekend and recovering because I was away, and then we had company and stuff like that. Our Keurig died, and we ended up selling the espresso machine and getting a machine that kind of did both. Put up our patio heater so we could sit out the front in the evenings. Science experiments with my kids. They were still homeschooled this year. And then some walks that we did, and then a little tag to pull out talking about them. And these are actually on a layout somewhere else. And this looks like it's using the Notes and Things collection. Again, another walk. We sold my son's bunk beds, so I took a picture of it. The kids being sick. Going shopping. Pictures that I got texted when my mom was out visiting her new granddaughter and her first granddaughter. And then some shopping in a little place that we went for lunch, and a little otter that we saw while we were out shopping. Here's a picture that I took of my kids at the beach, and this was for a design team that I was on using specific papers. So it says, "For the love of the beach." So I deliberately took a picture at the beach that month because I wanted to do something like this with these frames. And then a bunch of pictures of selfies that my husband and I, we always love to take selfies when we go on walks with each other. So it's kind of a compilation of a bunch of them. And here we're into April the 20th. This look obviously is using Simple Stories collection. It's me. I had hit 500 subscribers on my YouTube channel, which was really exciting. I'm up to 1,300 now. It's very exciting, which is really awesome too, because I had a big break there where I wasn't doing videos because of a lot of technical difficulties. So thank you guys who have hung out and stayed with me and joined, and I really, really appreciate you being around. So a picture of a bottle of wine that we found that my husband really liked. I was still doing the end. Oh, sorry. This is my son. This is my son working on something for school. So we were still homeschooled. We were having a ton of challenges with the teacher. And so I just wanted to sort of include that sort of stuff. And this picture has meaning for me. It immediately brings back the issue that was going on. So I didn't write out that, but the photo itself, I just put that it was challenging, brings back the frustration. And this is a long time ago, like last April, but I remember. Finding a new restaurant. It was nice enough to sit outside on the deck and have breakfast, and then a new cookbook that I got. And as my husband was in Vancouver, took a cool picture. We went for a bonfire at somebody's house. Silly photo that my son took of my son. There's me again. See, these are totally out of order. This is National Scrapbook Day. That layout's way over here. I'm going to have to go through all this and rearrange. And this one says it's June. I don't know why it's in April to May the 3rd. Picture of our camper that we decided to sell. We really liked using it, but the money that we would get from selling it helped out with a lot of things that we needed to deal with. And so tough decisions sometimes, and that's what we did. Here's my kids out with my husband. This is my youngest, out with my husband, out in a outrigger for a little thing that they did together, which was really cool. And just another photo from out on a walk. This is my husband over in Vancouver, and a photo of guys that he used to work with. And so he's jumping up in the background. It was just a funny sort of staged photo that they took. Got some flowers for Mother's Day. My husband came back from that trip and he got really sick. So Mother's Day basically got canceled for a bit because my husband was really sick. There's actually a picture of the nasty, nasty rash that he got. He was in bed for 3 days. head cold, fever, everything. And he doesn't get sick, my husband, he doesn't get sick. So when he gets sick, we stand up and take note. Our new coffee maker finally arrived. Beach walk, and then my older son has done a few field trips. You'll see them in a minute. The first field trip that he did this week was going out in this huge Voyager canoe, which was really cool. So here's the next week. They went out sea kayaking. Picture of my husband and my older son doing a father-son day, and they went out for a hike. Picture of my older son eating this huge grandpa burger with like 3 patties. And this is a school project. Our Friday night pizza night, and then going out for lunch together. This is my son turning 12. So I took a picture of him at 1 and a picture at 12. And I said, still making silly faces for the camera. Then and now. So cute. Now he's turning 14 in a couple of weeks. Scary. Just a nice picture that my husband took. I have lots of them. So I love to scrapbook them like this, just really highlighting it. It's really pretty. This is May 18th to the 24th. Kids had really been wanting kayaks, and so I found these life vests that I bought for them just as a start, because I found them and they fit them. We went to the food truck festival. We went for a walk. There's another selfie. Different place that we went for a walk. It was obviously a nice weekend, and all these little bumps on this you probably can't see are turtles. It was cool. And then just some random photos, flowers coming out, and this is some Vancouver Island lilacs, which are like regular lilacs, but they're really tiny. They're about like that. And there's a picture of my husband in the background taking a picture as well. And here's last week of May. Nice panoramic photo that my husband took. So what I did to make it cheap is I cropped it in Photoshop into 2 4x6s, because it's way cheaper to print 2 4x6s than it is to print a 4x12. So little tip there. Picture of my kids at Starbucks after we went to the library. A little tidal pool that I found with anemones in it. New cafe. And just a nice picture my husband had taken, and then going out for dinner. So one side of the table, the other, some bonfire. Again, that bonfire is way back here. So these are totally out of order. So I'll have to work on that. Just some nice photos that my husband had taken. Another photo my husband had taken on a hike that we were on. And this is the same hike with everybody, selfie of everybody, and then the view from the top. That letter's crooked. Go in there and fix it after. So now we're into June. I told you this was a big fat album, so it's going to be a long video. Another nice walk. My son was allergic to something. I think it was just weeds and stuff, but his eye all puffed up. He must have had something on his hands, and then he rubbed his eye, and then his eye puffed up. So he definitely has some allergies to grasses and stuff here. This is my everyday routine, my cup that I like to use, and my coffee that I like to have. Went out for some ice cream. Here's the kids trying out some of the clothes my husband was getting rid of because it was too small and fit the kids. And then a couple of walks that we had gone on. And here is June 8th to the 14th. Again, I believe my kids might have been away. No, we just went for a walk. So we had gone out for a walk. Oh, and my sunglasses. I'm only saying that because I lost them in the water in Hawaii in March. And they were pretty expensive sunglasses. And you're not supposed to, but I actually wore them over top of my regular glasses because they're polarized. Polarized? Can I say that? Polarized. And yeah, I lost them in the surf. And again, this is where that photo should go. This is my husband and my son. So I don't know why this album is like so totally weird. Anyways, picture of me and my son gone for mom and kid time, and gone and visited my friend at her place. Took a picture. My husband was in Vancouver again for work. Gone out for pizza that week. My kids had been at this camp all week, and so on the Friday we went out for pizza. Remember? That's really fun. And then took the kids to the pool with their friend and took some photos and did this fun layout. I remember doing this layout. It was a scrap lift of a Missy Whitten layout that she did. I don't know why I remember that, other than I just had really liked hers. Another layout that I did of a nice photo my husband took. Here's a photo from Father's Day, some photos of our walk that we went on. And then this is from the same week. Unfortunately, I sprained my ankle on that walk, which really sucked. And in my album share number 3, I did a layout about that because it actually took so long for that ankle to heal that I basically couldn't do much hiking after this for the rest of the summer, which really sucked. But a photo, I think this is the same photo as back here. Yeah, it's the same spot, just one of the other photos, so I could include both. Kids at the pool, it's probably the same time frame. A walk that we did before I sprained my ankle. Another walk that we did. My kids were finished school by this point with homeschooling, so we had gone and done something every day while everybody else was in school. I saw this bumper sticker. It says 99 problems, but a beach ain't one. I took a picture of it. And then this was our Father's Day walk. Almost finished. My husband was over in Vancouver. He had dinner with his parents. This is me and my husband sitting out on the back deck, having a drink and talking. Picture of the bruising on my ankle, and a particularly yummy looking dinner that we had in my patio boxes outside on my back deck. Picture of my kids actually looking at a scrapbook album, so of course I had to take a picture of that. Cool party that my husband had gone to, and then he took some really nice photos when he was over in Vancouver, so I wanted to give them their own layout. But in order to fit it in the book, what I did is I deliberately sized them to fit into a Project Life page protector, and I think it ended up looking really cool. I put all the colored ones top and bottom, and then these black and white ones, and then I put the gold letters over top because it really matched sort of the tones in these photos. And again, this was a panoramic photo that I cropped into 2 4x6s. Almost done. This is June the 29th to July the 5th. It was my younger son's birthday, and this is a birthday layout for him. A photo that we went on. Something that the kids were doing, they were saving their birthday money to buy themselves a Wii U. So I found this little goal thing and printed it off for them, so they were filling it in as they went. Picture of them first time going to go out in their kayaks. Just a nice photo from a walk. And then another one of the planters that was on my patio. It just was looking particularly pretty. Oops. So here's another photo, another one that I did of my son from his birthday. So this was, pictures from throughout the day. He had his grandparents here, and then it's just a photo of him, and I noticed I didn't write in it yet. And then here's a photo of my husband and I sitting out on our front porch chatting, which we do lots, and I got this cool picture of the sun coming through my wine glass. And this is my husband and I's anniversaries, which is July the 2nd. So by the time this goes up, it will have probably been our anniversary yesterday or today. It depends when I get this up. So anyways, happy anniversary to us. And it was crazy, insanely smoky. And I remember we had some company, and so my husband got the shot. This is the middle of the day, and that's how smoky it was. There was wildfires in Washington State, and it was blocking the sun. It was so smoky. We went out for lunch with the people that were visiting, kids playing video games. We played train. This is how hot it was, so 29 degrees Celsius. I have no idea what that is in Fahrenheit, sorry. Probably 90, I would be my guess. I might be wrong. Another hike that my husband did with his brother who came over, and this is the picture of them after the hike. They were totally exhausted and they both fell asleep within 5 minutes of starting a movie. It was hilarious. This is a wedding that we went to, so this is a picture of the bride and groom. This is a picture of my husband with his friend. They were friends since like grade 5 or something. A walk that we went on, and there's a cruise ship in the background. We had a friend of my son staying here. I took them to the movies on Friday because I needed a break from all the kids. Some strawberry shortcake that I made. It's more from the wedding. Picture of my husband and the kids. So adventures with my husband. Again, I remember this from way back, so I'm gonna have to rip this whole album apart. That is okay. And then just another nice photo that my husband took. And then a picture from, we were over visiting my husband's parents, and this little train we used to have at the park when my kids were little, where we used to live. So this isn't the same place, but it's the same train. So I took a picture of my kids sitting on the top of it because they used to always want to climb onto the top when they were little. And so, I don't, you know, it was sort of a nostalgic picture of like how big they are now in comparison to this little train. So there you have it, guys. Hopefully you can hear me. I'm going to bump the volume up again on this one. And I will call this a day. I'm going to rip this apart and find the Easter layout that I did for this one and reorganize a little bit. So thanks for watching, guys. This is about 20 minutes long. I apologize. And just leave me feedback if you'd like me to continue doing these walkthroughs. I probably am close to having the first one for 2016 done. Let me know, faster, slower, more description, closer up. Just let me know. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.